Hello, and welcome to this episode of Danny Rossiter Music Marathon Podcast Edition, Apology Video Edition. Listen, I'd like to cut to the chase. I'd like to lay down everything that happened. I want to sincerely apologize to my dedicated viewers and listeners that last week was a bit of a blunder on my end. I will admit that. Can you stop for a minute? There was a bit of a mishap in terms of what tape I was supposed to insert and what was labeled correctly, because I was under the impression that tape was of relevant footage from very informative topics that have been mislabeled by one of my past employees, who's no longer with me anyway, so I have no one to punish but him seeing this and realizing what he did to me. Anyway, it was the wrong tape. We got to see a little bit of some footage of stargazing, and that was still not that bad, so I don't see what the big deal is. Anyway, I'm still going to apologize to my loyal fans that I will make up for it with this episode. Yeah, so we have a few things I wanted to address, and it's enough of that. It was a little, the week before I was a little bit under the influence, and that's nothing out of the ordinary for people in my business, because sometimes you have to, because sometimes the weight of pressure, it just gets to you, and you have to do things like that. So I don't regret that. So I reached into the wrong area. Let's see if we got someone on the line. See if there's anybody that has anything that we can talk about here.
Hello? Danny?
Hi.
Is this still the Bird Lawsuit show?
No, Pearl, that was last week. We're not suing birds today. We're apologizing. Different kind of mess.
Well, I'd rather like the stargazing guy. He was peaceful, meditative. I fell asleep in the tub.
Oh, that's beautiful, Pearl. You're one of the first person that hasn't threatened legal action. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, Pearl. Yeah, so I was supposed to talk about the fundraising topics that we would do. So I would when I'm making my comeback tour, or my comeback festival. So we're going to talk about the different options we have to vote on, and you, the viewers, can vote on it if I think it's good enough. Otherwise, I'll still choose what I want to do. So the first one we have was Save the Yacht Club from the Poor. Every day, the upper crust of Cape Breton's elite suffer at the hands of modesty, and your donation helps install marble floors and lobster fountains at the Yacht Club.
Yeah! Woo!
The other one is number 2, Danny Rossiter Comeback Fund. Help me buy all my gold records back from the pawn shop, rehire my entourage, and finally finish the tour that I didn't finish last time when I walked off stage in a tantrum. I didn't tantrum. Who wrote that? That wasn't a tantrum. The number 3, fix the E on the Rossiter family sign. Because for some reason, it's read in Gardner Minds, the home of Danny Rossiter, with an R-E instead of ER, so it looks stupid. And that was since like 2003, and it's time to fix that, so some of the funds raised will go to a new sign. That costs $1,000. Just one vowel. I mean, why does it cost $1,000? Anyway, number 4, hot tub for seniors. We believe the elderly Cape Bretoner deserves a hot tub, whether they want one or not. Help us make the steamy dreams a reality. Number 5, the Cape Breton Time Machine Research Initiative. Fund cutting-edge research to send Danny back to 1984 so I can stop myself from signing with Clamtone Records. Yeah, that... If only I could do that. That was not one of the worst times of my life. And then most of this will, this is an option, but it's not really an option because it will be happening anyway. The Danny Rossiter Legal Defense Fund. We can't go into details, but let's just say it'll make things better for me. Number 7, to sponsor a saxophone solo, we've got a warehouse full of unemployed saxophonists, which, with your help, will bring sax solos back to the radios where they belong. You can't fight me on that one. Rebuild Danny's ego. Who the hell wrote that? After a devastating karaoke loss at the French club, Danny's confidence is in ruins. For just $5 a month, you can help him believe he's a star again. Go. That was a joke. I'm fine. That wasn't... confidence is not in ruins. It wasn't that big of a deal. Number 9, put the roof on the studio. We've been broadcasting from a lawn chair under a tarp since Halloween. No, we're not. No, we're not. Help us afford walls and a roof. Whew, okay. Number 10, bring back Danny's hair again. Use revolutionary science and suspicious herbs while we're attempting to regrow Danny's once legendary hair. It's not going well, but hope is expensive. It's fine. My hair is fine. This doesn't mean anything more than I just like wearing a hat. Justice for Danny's demolished drum machine. If it didn't deserve it to go out like that, Danny's Roland TR-808 was accidentally tossed into the door by a jealous fiddler. Let's get him with a new one and maybe a lawyer. I would actually like that back. If anyone, yeah. That was a good one, actually. Number 12, Cape Breton Celebrity Wax Museum featuring only Danny Rossiter. We've secured an old meat locker and a bunch of candles. Now we just need funding to immortalize Danny in wax. 6 times each from the different era of his stardom. I like that, actually. Different eras, like kind of like the Beatles or something, like when they have their hair, and the later ones when they all do acid. And this one just talks about a rocket. I'm not going in a rocket. So let's just skip that one. Oh yeah, the bird lawsuit. After a seagull defecated mid-solo during a live performance at the Port Hawkesbury Wharf, Danny has declared war on all avian life. I actually have. Completely. This legal battle won't be easy, but we've already subpoenaed 3 pigeons and a goose. Help us pay the legal team and the trauma counselor. The birds must pay. So there you have it. Those are the options. You can write in to me your choice via mail at P.O. Box 0123. And I think that's it. And yeah, and then we'll get all the votes in. I'll tally them up and see which one we choose that we're going to be doing for the fundraiser. So the fundraiser will have to do with a live concert with a yet-to-be-named artist. It's a secret. We'll go to break. We'll come back, and and we'll have a few more things to talk about. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we're back. We have something I want to cover here. We have a voicemail from someone who says there is an event or something happening next Monday at... It's just some address. It doesn't even know what this is. Anyway, yeah, so this is something we've been requested to play.
Hi, Danny. I didn't actually think I'd get on here. Well, I just wanted to... Well, there is a meeting this weekend at the men's club for men, and we're going to be hosting our own bake-off show for men. And no ladies allowed, because all these men here are really scared. It's actually the Scared Men's Club, and it's the Scared Men's Club Bake Off. So if you wanted, that's about it. Okay, bye.
All right, there you have the Scared Men's Bake Off. Not Monday, actually this weekend. No women allowed. Okay, so I had one last thing I wanted to go over. When the fundraiser does happen after we do we allocate all the funds, if there is any excess left over, which I assume there might be if it comes up to a few 100,000 or whatever the target is, if it goes beyond that, I have been drawing up plans for a new sanctuary city in the middle of the Highlands. It's a new city I've been developing, and it's only people that are within my circle are allowed, so that's going to be a lot of people there. But it's going to be off-grid, and it's going to have to do with we will govern ourselves. I will govern ourselves, and we have a lot of plans for that in the future. But for now, we're going to just stick to what we're doing here. I think that's all we can talk about today without getting exhausting all the content. So I want to thank you again for joining me, and I want to apologize again for last week. There was one last thing. I've realized what I've been going through in terms of my self-discovery and through myself, that a lot of the hardships that I've caused, and the hardships that actually most people go through in their lives actually comes back to pots and pans, like those iron non-stick, or the ones that stick pans. When you scratch into them, it actually makes indents in it with bacteria, and that bacteria goes in your brain and causes pain and suffering. So I wanted to make that known to people, that a lot of things do have to go back to the pots and pans, and not and scratching them with metal. So be sure to use wood with when cooking. Thank you very much. I will see you all next week, and we will get things rolling here for the summer. Thanks. Goodbye. Yeah, I like this design.